Hey kids, Inverted Cow here, and welcome back to Skyfactory 3. I've been spending a lot of time down at the grinder thing, working on just more or less AFK than anything. And as soon as I remember what game I'm playing, I'll be all set. Just working on letting things process. Unplugging spiders more than anything. The top gets full of spiders. I did have, a bit of fun with the smeltery. Learning to walk today would be another thing. I have cooked up a bunch of smeltery glass, which I've already taken down, and I've been cooking up iron and whatnot. But the problem I'm having is I wanted to start working on an inventory system. Now, there is a few inventory systems in the game here, but I was thinking of immersive and immersive engineering. I was thinking of using their conveyor belts to move stuff around. I can't get their pipes to work. I don't know how that works yet. But they have these nice little conveyor belts, which unfortunately require leather. So that option isn't really viable. You know, don't exactly have polar bears or sheep or magical crop cows going yet, or imp leather. I'm not playing with alchemy. I don't have chickens. Nowhere as near building an atomic reconstructor. Yeah. Don't have the ability to make either a sag mill or a crusher yet. They do drop from the white loot bags, but the amount isn't that much. The drying basin, I don't even know what this one is. Drying rack, if I have steak. These are cooked. So I might be able to dry stuff into leather. And in the industrial squeezer, I can squeeze rotten flesh into leather and blood. So, yeah, getting leather enough to do anything productive requires building stuff that I don't have. So that's not really that functional. HOP, hopper ducts. This is another one that I stumbled into entirely by accident, the hopper duct. This actually attaches to a standard vanilla hopper and works very much like an item duct. You just pipe it where you want to go, and away it works. And I have no problems using hoppers. So I've been collecting iron to make a bunch, so I have what I can here, which is going to be a stack and change. I'm hoping. How could it be night? It was just. Oh. Seriously, it's nighttime faster than it is daytime here in this game. Alright, let's see if we can go down the rope. We'll stop at this floor for a moment. Now, what I have done here is I've put some Tinker's Clear glass, this is why I was making it, over top of the mob grinder because these stupid spiders plug it all up. And I'm still having a lot of problems with the little guys. They don't like to go up the mob ladder either. So I've been trying to think of a way to do something to do to improve the mob grinder efficiency. So that's something else we're looking at doing. I've actually got my first skeleton skull. Very nice. And of course, when I go all the way up to the top floor, it basically clears out the mob grinder. Everything that's in here is gone. So if I open up Journey Map now, you'll see that it's packed full of guys. And it'll run smooth for a while, and then it'll pack itself up. I found these chest transporters in loot bags by accident. I've been discovering things that work. Here's the Tinker's glass that I made earlier. So I can use these to move my chest out of the way, which will be handy for me. Now, as you see, the hopper ends there, and this is only one layer thick, so if I open that up, I can't cover it over, but I should be able to do, connect these up like so. I don't know if I can. Pick that breaks them. Ouch. Yeah, so it's going to take a bit of effort to get all these piped up. But anything that goes into that hopper should now go to the end here and work itself up. Maybe what I'll do is see if I got some cobblestone going here. I thought I had a bunch. Going to be stuck with whatever item was in its inventory. Let's grab that chest. We'll just put this chest back here for now. Side, it should go that way. Now I'm sure some of you who are watching, if you are watching and know these mods, probably know that I'm doing things wrong and are going to be sitting there going, you're screwing that up, and that's fine. I don't mind knowing that I'm screwing things up. Okay, how do I... That's exactly what I said. How do I get this to... I gotta break it and put it on one at a time. Okay, this is gonna be a pain in the tuchus if I gotta go all the way up to the top. And then build one block up at a time. especially since I can't shift on the rope when I'm placing them. On and off a shift all the way up the rope. Now I don't know if I got enough of these to do this, so I'm going to pause recording here. I'm going to pick it all up when I've got this thing laid out all the way up, but it's the only pipe, inventory sorting pipe that I've found yet that I can actually make this early game. And I really want to get my inventory up to the top of this rope ladder. From this mob grinder, I want to start making this a little bit more efficient, and I'm tired of climbing up and down whenever I want to use this thing. So don't go away, kids. I'll be right back. Okay, kids, I have run a line all the way up to the level where I wanted to set up my, start setting up an inventory sorting system, and I ran into a bit of a snag. You see, it claims on the wiki that these automatically connect to an inventory above them. They don't. Every hopper duct seems to have only one output and up to 5 additional inputs. You can pump stuff into it from every side, but you cannot in any way, shape, or form connect it to a chest unless the chest is the first item you place and the hopper duct goes down first. Now I'll show you this what I mean here. So we'll break this network here. Now, as you see, I got 3 chests in a row. When you want to run these ducts, am I losing ducts? Every time I do this, I come up short. There we go. When you're running these ducts, you start at the end that you want stuff to go to, and then you connect ducts to it. And you see, each connection gives you this fat end on the connected piece, and the silver end onto where your output is. So as long as you have a silver connected to a fat end, you're doing good. I had these all hooked up, and I had to go and completely take them all over and adjust them. Found out using a stick allows you to turn the setting. Basically, all it does is rotate the single output. So what you can do is you can pump them into a chest or storage unit, but you cannot pump them into multiple. Like, I can't run it through a line like I was hoping and have a chest and a chest and a chest on top of them. Because I moved all those storage drawers up there thinking, okay, this says it connects to the inventory above, and it doesn't. These are a great pipe, but they are a useless connection. If I take and I put any inventory in this hopper, it will cycle through the hoppers, and it will get to the end, and it'll pump it into the chest. And that is the maximum limit of this mod. It will not let you connect. It will basically haul items from point A to point B, and it will not let you connect them into any sort of a sorting sorter or device to separate or anything like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw down some dirt underneath this thing, break all these back to the chain coming up, run the chain up, and I'm going to pump it into a couple of chests on the top. And we'll have to organize our inventory sorting from that point forward. So I'll probably have just a couple of large chests and then just pump it into that. And I can't even go past one large chest, so maybe chest in and then hopper out, and then that'll feed into an inventory. It kind of sucks. This looks like it would have had the potential to be a decent mod, but yeah, it's like most other mods. They're not quite what they claim to be. They don't work the way they say they're supposed to, and you get frustrated and spend way too much time trying to make them work. And then you end up with mod packs like this where they are broken. As you see, spiders are like the phlegm of Minecraft when it comes to this mob grinder. Come on, guys. Sometimes they fall down there, sometimes they don't. And yeah, the mini-me's and the micro-zombies are not working at all on the mob climb, the elevator. Nowhere's near the way they should be, which means this whole mob grinder is going to have to eventually get torn out. There we go. Happy birthday, Dark Souls. It was a blast. You guys make way too much noise, you know that? I'm still getting guys that survive the fall. So, yeah, I'm going to plug away at this. I wanted to start working on getting some kind of loot bag sorting system in there, or loot bag device. Still got dirt on me. I think I might have it at the top. That was what I was hoping to work on today, but I've just spent an hour and a half grinding away on trying to get these stupid hoppers working the way they indicate that they're supposed to, which they don't. It's very, very irritating. Very, very irritating. But yeah, you have to start at the end you want to get to and work your way backwards to the end you want to start, not start where you want to go and work your way out. That makes it exceptionally annoying for people like me who want to just draw a line and have items go from line A to line B. I'm not sure if I want to haul these back down or if I'm just going to leave them up here and put a sorter in here. I am positive I had a stack of dirt. Okay. I didn't put it in here. I know I didn't, but I know I've got a stack in here. I must have thrown it into something. I nerd pulled up with a stack of dirt. That's how I know I had it. And I'm not losing what's left of my mind. Okay. So for the early game that I was hoping this would actually be usable for, early game inventory system, this is turning into being not a useful system. What I can do is I can put, basically now just put a chest here, and I'll keep working on my inventory sorting. I'll move these. I think I got one. Yeah, this one's got one or two uses left to it. Seriously. see how the fat end is going in, so that means this connected in the right direction. Now if I take another one and I connect it there, it should now be inputting from both hoppers into this system and pumping everything all the way up to the top. I have to move all my loot chests and stuff back up to the top as well, which means I'm going to be up and down these ladders probably about 3 or 4 more times. I want to get all of these chests and such moved back up here. I can see everything's all mismatched now, so I'm going to end up doing some sorting. But this will slowly start to fill up. I'm hoping it will actually treat it like a large chest and fill the whole thing, rather than just one side. Doesn't look like it's doing one side, so it's hard to tell, but we'll find out. Okay, and one last thing here before we log out. I managed to collect enough stuff together to build myself one legendary loot bag, which contains diamond, octadic, and diamond boots. So there we have it. Had a lot of work for little reward. I'm getting a little bit of soul sand. I finally got myself one ender pearl. Been grinding for days to get anything, and yeah, the output, the return off the output is not sufficient for any kind of real serious progression in this game. I am hoping to adjust this inventory, continue working on this inventory controls and inventory sorting system. Not too happy with hopper ducts. If I was doing a mod review on it, I would have given it a thumb down, because yeah, it's a fancy pipe that's a lot harder to work with than it's worth. So thanks all for watching, kids. Hopefully between now and next episode, I'm going to grind on figuring out a little bit more, start working on building the warehouse level here, and start trying to piece together how I'm going to start separating this without a proper inventory separating mod. There are a couple others in the thing here, but they're advanced. Of course, there is immersive engineering has the conveyors that I talked about, but there's also RF tools that has a storage inventory system. But I don't believe they actually have a method of transporting items from one inventory to another, as far as I know. Anyway, I could be mistaken, but I don't believe that I remember seeing anything. There's also Ender IO, which does have a way to transport stuff, but that is a little bit more advanced than what we have right now at this point, because I really need to get stuff. And refined storage, which is essentially your not applied energistics. Yeah, applied energistics. AE. That's your AE network. And you know that I always hated the AE network. It was like, by the time you got that thing set up, you already had to go through 2 or 3 other inventory sorting things. I want something that I can set up early game. I want something I don't have to play with, and I can just continue to add to, as opposed to something that I have to constantly mess with. And I don't have energy. I mean, like, I'm only working with one little generator right now, so I don't have the stuff to have a fancy energy grid. So this is far too advanced game to start early game, and Yeah, that's part of the reason I don't like applied energistics is because I can't start at early game and use it. I have to switch from something else, whatever I'm using as an intern, until I can get this thing functional. Way too resource heavy to build. There we have it, kids. It's me getting a start on item transportation, item sorting, and whatnot. Hopefully, I'll have everything set up by the next episode. So thanks all for watching, and I hope you're enjoying. So good night for now.